The book of Isaiah, chapter 38. About that time was Hezekiah sick unto death. And the prophet Isaiah, son of Amos, came unto him, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Put thine house in order, for thou shalt die, and not live. Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall, and prayed to the Lord, and said, I beseech thee, Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth, and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Then came the word of the Lord to Isaiah, saying, Go and say unto Hezekiah, Thus saith the Lord God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, and seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee out of the hand of the king of Assyria and this city, for I will defend this city. And this sign shalt thou have of the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing that he hath spoken. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees, whereby it is gone down in the dial of Ahaz by the sun 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned by 10 degrees, by the which degrees it was gone down. The writing of Hezekiah king of Judah when he had been sick, and was recovered of his sickness. I said in the cutting off of my days, I shall go to that gate of the grave. I am depraved of the residue of my years. I said, I shall not see the Lord, even the Lord, in the land of the living. I shall see man no more among the inhabitants of the world. My habitation is departed and is removed from me, like a shepherd's tent. I have cut off, like a weaver, my life. He will cut me off from the height. From day to night thou wilt make an end of me. I reckoned to the morning, but he brake all my bones like a lion. From day to night wilt thou make an end of me. Like a crane or a swallow, so did I chatter. I did mourn as a dove. Mine eyes were lifted up on high. O Lord, it hath oppressed me. Comfort me. What shall I say? For he hath said to me, and he hath done it. I shall walk weakly all my years in the bitterness of my soul. O Lord, to them that overlive them, and to all that are in them, the life of my spirit shall be known, that thou causest me to sleep, and hast given life to me. Behold, for felicity I had bitter grief, but it was thy pleasure to deliver my soul from the pit of corruption. For thou hast cast all my sins behind my back. For the grave cannot confess thee, death cannot praise thee. They that go down to the pit cannot hope for thy truth. But the living, he shall confess thee, as I do this day. The father to the children shall declare thy truth. The Lord was ready to save me. Therefore we will sing thy song all the days of our life in the house of the Lord. Then said Isaiah, Take a lump of dry figs, and lay it upon the boil, and he shall recover. Also Hezekiah had said, What is the sign that I shall go up into the house of the Lord? Isaiah chapter 39. At the same time, Merodach-Baladan, the son of Baladan, king of Babel, sent letters and a present to Hezekiah, for he had heard that he had been sick and was recovered. And Hezekiah was glad of them, and showed them the house of the treasures, the silver and the gold and the spices, and the precious ointment, and all the house of his armor, and all that was found in his treasures. There was nothing in his house, nor in all his kingdom, that Hezekiah showed them not. Then came Isaiah the prophet unto King Hezekiah, and said unto him, What said these men? And from whence came they to thee? And Hezekiah said, They are come from a far country unto me, from Babel. Then said he, What have they seen in thine house? And Hezekiah answered, All that is in mine house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not showed them. And Isaiah said to Hezekiah, Hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days come, that all that is in thine house, and which thy fathers have laid up in store unto this day, shall be carried to Babel. Nothing shall be left, saith the Lord, and of thy sons that shall proceed out of thee, and which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babel. Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, The word of the Lord is good, which thou hast spoken. And he said, Yet let there be peace and truth in my days. Isaiah chapter 40. Comfort ye, my people, will your God say. Speak comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice crieth in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a path for our God. Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be straight, and the rough places plain, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. A voice said, Cry. And he said, What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the grass thereof is as the flowers of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. O Zion, that bringest good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bringest good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up, and be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, Behold your God. Behold, the Lord God will come with power, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall guide them with young. Who hath measured the waters in his fists, and counted heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in a weight, and the hills in a balance? Who hath instructed the Spirit of the Lord, or was his counselor, or taught him? Of whom took the counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the way of judgment, or taught him knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding? Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh away the isles as a little dust. And Lebanon is not sufficient for fire, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity. To whom then will ye liken God? Or what similitude will ye set up unto him? The workman melteth an image, or the goldsmith beateth it out in gold, or the goldsmith maketh silver plates. Doth not the poor choose out a tree that will not rot for an oblation? He seeketh also unto him a cunning workman, to prepare an image that shall not be moved. Know ye nothing? Have ye not heard it? Hath it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood it by the foundation of the earth? He sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. He stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. He bringeth the princes to nothing, and maketh the judges of the earth as vanity, as though they were not planted, as though they were not sown, as though their stock took no root in the earth. For he did even blow upon them, and they withered, and the whirlwind will take them away as stubble. To whom now will ye liken me, that I should be like him, saith the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold who hath created all these things, and bringeth out their armies by number, and calleth them all by names. By the greatness of his power and mighty strength nothing faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, My way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over of my God? Knowest thou not, or hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, hath created the ends of the earth? He neither fainteth nor is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. But he giveth strength unto him that fainteth, and unto him that hath no strength he increaseth power. Even the young men shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall stumble and fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall lift up the wings as the eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.